Hi, Heather. First, let me say I really enjoyed reading your discussion board post this week on Prince and Barry's discussion of the gold standard for cross-cultural research. Um, you bring up some really valid points here, and that the challenge of finding particular standards is recognizing the different opinions of the researchers. And you're so right. We've shared so many classes where um, it's so important to respect the individual's culture, um, testing results, the feelings of the individual being tested, and their interpretation of the results to ensure that they're not distorted. I know that I have experienced this actually several times. Even though I'm here in the States, the school I work in is becoming quite diverse, and we've actually had to bring in other school psychologists to help with testing some children who are new to the States. And what we really discovered is testing the children, were able to communicate with the psychologist that was brought in. But where we had to really pay attention was helping to ensure the parents understood the test results and the purpose behind why we were requesting these testing of their children, and helping them to understand that, we were trying to implement the most supports possible for their child, that we were not trying to label their child or trying to not provide services for their child, that it was not an embarrassment of what we needed. We didn't want the family to feel any shame or embarrassment, but helping the families to really understand that the school was there to support them and to support their child and to provide the absolute most resources that we could provide for those children's needs. Was honestly quite difficult in helping them to understand. And once we learned a little bit about their home country and learned what they had experienced with schools in their home country, and understanding that the school was very much attached to the government and there was a lot of distrust there, so it caused us to really focus and learn that before we even start this process of bringing in special education services and bringing in school psychologists, that we have to focus on making sure we understand their culture and helping them to understand that schools here in the States are very different than schools in some of the countries that our students come from, where everything is tied to the government, and that can be very detrimental for the families. So I've really enjoyed reading this chapter and gaining knowledge on the World Health Organization, how they have put in parameters for ensuring that, when Western tests are translated, that you will still receive, valid test results and valid data. Again, thank you so much for your post. I really enjoyed reading it, and I hope you have a blessed week. Bye.